Yo, what's going on? I hope everybody's having a great day. In today's video, we're going to go over the 2.2 update patch notes for PUBG Mobile. And I skimmed through all of them. They're adding so much and they're changing a whole bunch of things. So stick around because this is probably one of the biggest updates coming to PUBG Mobile. And if you're only here for the Metro Royale changes, you can skip to this timestamp. Yo, you didn't skip the video? High five. All right, let's hop into this. I'm going to go through everything. PUBG Mobile 2.2 update announcement. PUBG Mobile will begin pushing out the update beginning on September 13th at 11 UTC plus 0. The key updates is there's a new map, there's some changes coming to Erangel, and there's a new mode. And what they didn't mention right here is there's also some gun changes. The new map, Nusa, is a 1x1 map for fast-paced matches. It'll be available starting the 15th, so here in about 2 days, and it will be playable in ranked and unranked mode. Nusa is a new 1x1 tourist island map set in the tropics with abundant supplies. Players can start fighting right after you land and get the chicken dinner with ease. Nusa is teeming with beautiful sights and interesting gameplay for you to experience. This will soon be your favorite hotspot to show off to your friends. It's worth checking out and exploring. Launch of new mechanics, weapons, and vehicles. New mechanic, the special recall. If you are defeated within the first 4 minutes of the match but still have surviving teammates, you will be able to respawn once and quickly jump back into the battleground with a random weapon. And super recall activates automatically when playing solo without the need of teammates. New mechanic, zip lines. Many zip lines have been built in specific locations on Nusa. Just approach a zip line to use it and move around quickly. Note that zip lines are very fragile and easy damage, so use them at your own discretion. The new tactical crossbow can be used to repair zip lines, so be sure to carry one for peace of mind. There's a new mechanic, the elevator. An elevator has been installed in every hotel in Telepack Town. Use it to move between the floors. Not only can it help you save energy, it can also be used to flank enemies tactically with your teammates. The new weapon, the tactical crossbow. The tactical crossbow can shoot to repair zip lines or use flaming bolts to set certain buildings on fire. The new weapon, the NS2000 shotgun. Yo, Ace is gonna love this. A weapon that shoots accurately at medium and short range. It shoots 12 gauge shells while firing from the hip and 12 gauge slugs when aiming down sights. Yo, that's insane. Hip fire, buckshot, ADS, slug. That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait for that. New vehicle, the quad. A light and nimble two-seater vehicle that can be used to move quickly through bumpy terrain while retaining excellent stability and does not flip over easily. It's perfect for going on a ride to sightsee around Nusa with a friend while moving across treacherous terrain quickly. Apart from that, there's still lots of hidden gameplay such as PvE battles, beach balls, combustible buildings, destructible water jars, and more for you to explore. An all-new map packed with new experiences that shouldn't be missed. On to the major updates for Erangel. A new structure, the bicycle shed. Bicycle sheds have been added to the edge of the map, and mountain bikes will spawn here periodically. Players who prefer to gear up should not miss out on this chance to traverse the map on 2 wheels. Hospital and Milta Power updates. The structures of the hospital and Milta Power have been updated to streamline combat and the search of supplies. Yo, I can't wait to check out that. And the Ferry Pier update, 2 new ports will be added to the southwest of the farm and to the south of the Sosnovka military base. The port layouts and amounts of resources have been optimized to add more open areas for players to gear up. So that means there's actually going to be something all the way at the bottom of the map on Erangel, all the way at the bottom of the military base. They've added new weather, a rainbow, a new weather effect for Erangel to make things more visually pleasing to provide you with a suitable battleground. New mechanic, the flash shop, a discount shop that pops up in Erangel from time to time, don't miss it. A new system, the gas station. No more running out of fuel. Vehicles may now be refueled at the gas stations in Erangel. You no longer have to worry about running out of gas. New system, targeted supply crates. Crates inside buildings in Erangel have been updated to reflect 3 different types: medical, token, and military supplies. These supplies in these crates are better than what players can find on the ground. Here's some information about the new themed mode, Gear Front. 8 skills await in the new mode, Gear Front. With new skills comes new gameplay, so who will eventually come out on top? There's a playzone analysis. Tap the skill to display the location of the next playzone with the mini-map. Oh, that's pretty cool. Vehicle airdrop. Tap the skill and throw a beacon to call for a vehicle airdrop. I mean, that's kind of in the name. There's a supply scan. Tap this skill and for advanced supplies to be nearby in 15 seconds. A gliding doll. Tap jump while in the air to summon a puppet to glide for increased mobility. Yo, that's actually going to be cool. Black market. Tap, hold, and drag to summon an in-match shop for quick purchases. With the trace skill, enemies hit are marked for a period of time during which they can be seen through walls. Lucky backpack converts items in the backpack into other items, also increases the default load of the backpack. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder if that means you can put like a first aid kit in your backpack and it just magically turns into an AWM. Who knows? Healing smoke. Use this skill to throw special medicine which triggers smoke that restores energy and health. Let's go. That sounds cool too. I can't wait to play Gearfront. That sounds awesome. It looks like they're going to have a European style themed area called Strangetown on Erangel, available from 9/29 to 11/14. Enter Strangetown to not only experience the medieval European style town, but also admire the bright moon and stars in the night sky. The town also has 2 pilotable flying hot air balloons in the form of Andy's puppet. Unlock and ride them to travel to other locations quickly. On October 13th, Hollow Weeks will descend upon Strangetown, so stay tuned. All right, here's where we get into the firearm rebalancing. I told you guys this is a massive update. We've got some balance adjustments of airdrop weapons. With the AUG, they're going to increase the base damage, the firing rate, and the reload speed, as well as reducing the hip fire spread. This might make the AUG literally the best 5.56 weapon after this update. With the MK14, they're slightly reducing the firing rate, but increasing the bullet travel speed, reducing the weapon damage drop-off, and slightly reducing the recoil. Some people might see this as a nerf, but I honestly think that's a buff because you're going to get a slower firing rate to reduce the recoil anyways. So they're literally just increasing the bullet travel speed and reducing the drop-off at range. That's a massive W for the MK. Added a rate of fire compensation for the MK14. The MK14 will now have a similar rate of fire when shooting fully automatically with the MK14 in clients with different frame rates. I didn't know that was a thing. Balance adjustments for DMRs. With the SKS, they slightly reduce the recoil duration of single shots so that the crosshair returns quickly. Increase the recoil recovery speed so that the crosshair is closer to the firing direction upon returning, increasing the predictability of the crosshair return position as well. So what that means is when you shoot an SKS, it's going to go back to the home position a lot faster. Reduce screen shake when firing with the scope. Increases the base damage from 53 to 55, so they're making it a hit a little harder. And increase the damage multiplier of shots against the torso from 1 to 1.05. So hitting body shots with an SKS is going to actually do more damage. With the Mini 14, they reduced the horizontal recoil multiplier slightly to reduce the chance of moving, kind of like what they did with the SKS. Reduce the overall recoil growth from firing continuously, which is what your boy likes to do when we make it fully automatic. And increase the base damage from 46 to 49, as well as the damage multiplier torso from 1 to 105. DMRs are getting a massive buff. Let's go, dude. And in other gameplay, we've got Metro Royale. Increase the penetration resistance of the Cobra helmet and armor. This is going to mean that one-eyed Cobra armor can take way more damage than Stillfront. Slightly weakened the explosive damage of the M203 grenade launcher. Let's go, dude. We've been asking for this forever. Literally forever. We've been asking for them to nerf that freaking thing, and they finally did. We don't know by how much. They didn't say any percentages. They just said slightly. So I will test as soon as Metro Chapter 10 starts. I'll be testing the Cobra armor stuff as well. Added a new feature where players will take continuous damage when they're outside of the normal combat zone, which is another thing we've been asking them to do since Chapter 1. People outside of the play zone will now die. They'll just die. Hopefully. We'll see. I'll test it out. And they also repaired a bug where talents behave erratically in some situations. So that's kind of like when you're running and you feel like your guy's not getting the run faster talent with a gun put away. So you pull your gun out and then you put it away, and all of a sudden now you're running normally. That's what they're talking about right here. They repaired that. They've also added some safety improvements. Players who harm teammates and are reported will be banned from playing multiplayer modes. Repeat violations will result in a longer ban time. The time players are banned from playing matches due to harming a teammate will only decrease when the player is online and in-game. They've also increased the merit deduction penalty for harming teammates, and repeat violations will result in deduction of even more points. To create a better gaming environment, increase the merit requirement of Arena, Unranked Classic modes, Quick Match, Sniper Training, Arcade mode, War, Payload, and other multiplayer modes to 80. Which I'm pretty sure it used to be 60. Basic experience improvements, improved the logic when interacting with the accounts tab in settings, and increased the account security rating. Added a trunk to vehicles to make it convenient for players to exchange supplies while moving around. That's insane. Let's go. Added the firearm inspection feature. During combat, tap the emote to inspect the current active weapon. Although upon launch of the feature, will only be active for the AKM, M416, SCAR-L, M762, M16, SKS, UMP45, Thompson, DP28, and a VSS. This feature will be made available for more firearms in the future. Stay tuned. Added a recommended layout feature so that you can apply the custom layout recommended by the system with one tap when customizing the controls. Assists now count towards players' eliminations calculations to encourage players to have better teamwork with their teammates. The top highlights generation page now has explanations. They've added some training ground improvements, added damage and bullet trajectory display to stationary targets to more closely recreate situations players might face in matches. The most recently used firearm configuration in the training grounds will automatically be applied by default when entering the training grounds the next time. Yo, Bushka's gonna love that. They've made some control and display improvements. They've increased the display priority of the will when throwing will is activated. The order of the team members is now shown on the results screen. The countdown is now displayed when the play zone is shrinking. Adjusted the size of buttons on the spectating screen to reduce the chance of tapping them by mistake. The feature to mark the battleground with light columns can now be used in the air after respawning or using the emergency pickup. Strengthened the feedback effect after successfully marking an item by tapping and holding. Simplified the display of the description text of attachments on the custom attachment screen to make the screen more concise. Combine the buttons for MVP likes and summon statue. Summoning a statue will automatically send a like. The mark inside the scope has been adjusted to reduce the impact on vision. So now when a player marks and you're aimed in on it, the mark's just going to be super tiny. They've increased the number of device models that can support haptic feedback, improved the categories for reporting during matches. They've made some vehicle improvements, improved the handling of the Coupe RB and reduced the chance of it sliding when it's driven or making turns, which it's really bad at, so I'm glad they fixed that. Improved the character's hand movements to make them better match the changes to the steering wheel. Combat communication improvements. Voice messages will be sent automatically in some situations, such as being knocked out, to improve communication between teammates. Toggles have been added to the settings to control what types of messages are sent. Added a function where voice messages are converted to text so that players who speak different languages may communicate during a match. That's going to be huge. Results improvements, improved the layout of the results page, improved the MVP results emote, added the order of the status of teammates to the results page, and also added an assist counter on the results page. Inventory UI improvements. Added an option in the main menu display settings to show or hide Ray in the lobby, which is like the little robot that runs back and forth. Shop improvements. Packs will support previews of what the outfits will look like when it's worn, which there's a ton of stuff in the shop that you can't see until you buy it. And it looks like the last bit of changes comes to Cheer Park that now holds 40 players and they put a whole bunch of chairs in there for you to sit on. Comment down below what you're most excited to see coming in the new update. I told you guys it was going to be a crap ton of changes. I appreciate you sitting through the entire video. Hit the like button if you haven't yet, subscribe for daily videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.